to step out of it, to step out of the whole race, the whole business. The monstrosity of being alive overwhelms you.
If you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, if you have any kind of mental health condition, this is not something to ignore.
Depression, frustration, anxiety, pain, disillusion. It's just a natural part of the process of becoming a stronger version of yourself.
The thing that keeps one living is a sense of future. That there will be a tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to do this, and then the day after I'm going to do that.
Get started. And I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be easy. It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is.
With depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone.
I've been places and someone said, well, you lost an arm and a leg, so you have a right to be depressed, and I stopped you. I was like, depression is real.
No matter what you're going through right now doesn't mean that it's not going to end. I think too often we think about the stresses that we're dealt with right now, and we think that there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
All that you can see is darkness, and everything that you try to do just kicks you right back in the face, and you just can't seem to get yourself up.
You don't even have to go through something traumatic. Some are caused by something traumatic. Some can be a chemical imbalance in the brain.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. Life is hard. Life is challenging. There are ups and downs.
And these challenges that you face, they're gonna do their best to take you down. Do not let them.
Of course you have to work. Of course you have to show up. Your team needs you. Life needs you. Your family needs you. Life is for the living.
Depression is not only normal, it's essential, and be grateful for it because it allows you to reorder yourself at a higher level.
If you can have...
I speak what's on my heart. And I gave my speech, and as I was closing, I kind of mentioned some depression. Because I was coming out of the winter months, and it hit me again this past winter, and I went and saw the doctor. So it was on my mind, and it came up. And as I was saying, I thought, this generation of people probably aren't connecting to what I'm saying. When I walked off the stage and they lined up, the amount of people that thanked me for talking about mental health. And here I was, I thought they didn't want it. I thought I was stepping out of line. No, it needs to be talked about because it's not just this generation. It's people are realizing more and more this is an issue. And the more we talk about it, the easier it is for people to be honest with themselves and get the help they need.
Line up those problems and confront them. Face them. Fight them. Do not let them bring you down.
Do not personally identify with depression. See it as you see winter, and winter always leads to spring and summer again. See it as you see nighttime. Nighttime becomes daytime again.
Hold on to that fundamental quality of faith that on the other side of your pain is something good.
Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. No matter what you're going through right now, doesn't mean that it's not going to end.
Stand up, dig in, let those challenges raise you up, let them elevate you, let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow.
You are worth more than diamonds. All the diamonds in the world, you are so precious. Every single one of your hearts, you can do something. Life is not always good. Life is always not rosy. But life is worth living.
There's one thing that if you did every single day, it would make an extraordinary difference in whatever mental health issue you're struggling with, and that is exercise. And the reason you've got to exercise every day is because what we know about human beings is that when you physically move, your physiology changes, and that changes your brain.
Take the time to rest. Because just what if that resting is the key to world-class producing?
Get outside and exercise every single day as if your life depends upon it, because you know what? It does. Your brain needs it, your body needs it, your mental health needs it.
And I feel like if you had heart problems and saw a cardiologist, well, everyone would be concerned about you, would know you're doing better, and it would be open and honest with the crew. But the most complicated organ in your body, if you have a problem with it, suddenly we don't want to talk about that? No, and you can get over it. And that's what people need to realize. You can be cured. You can get past it.
I assure you, the clouds will lift. Right there is sunlight above the clouds. You're just looking at the clouds right now. And they will lift, and crisis has come to teach you the big lesson you're meant to learn to move to your next level in the next chapter of your greatest life.
This depression will pass. It will go away, and something much better will take its place. But for right now, all that you really need to know is that you have to make it through.
Getting your heart rate up, getting outside, breathing, feeling connected, getting out of your house, which may make you feel depressed and trapped.
The man I am with you right now as I speak with as much authenticity as I know how to share is the result of my times in the valley of darkness.
Doing that every day, that physical push, you don't have to run. You don't have to go to an aerobics class. Get outside with your dog in the woods. Walk with a good friend for 2 or 3 miles. Doing that every single day not only moves your body, which changes your mind, it gets you out of your physical environment, which is one of the things that people with depression tend to have a hard time doing. And it also creates a bit of momentum and a bit of a routine in your life.
Every time I experience a bout of depression, I come out on the other end a different person, doing different things. But it's because I'm aware of what's happening and I'm looking, I'm aware. I want to see the opportunities as they present themselves to me instead of falling into the depths of a spiral down depression because I'm personally identified with what is happening when I'm upset.
And your schedule is not full, and you actually feel like you're wasting your life because you're not this epic producer. What if those times were actually a different form of productivity? What if those times were actually being productive in a different way, where you're actually producing not in the world, but producing within yourself, producing strength, producing new insight, producing new ideas, producing new capabilities, producing new energies, producing new emotions, shifting from fear to love, because when you go through difficult times, what do you really do if you're feeling the fear and your pain? You release it. It's out of your system, and you grow in love and bravery and strength. What does that do to your craft? What does that do to your power? What does that do to your bravery? What does that do to the light that you bring into the world? You become this incredible force that is undefeatable.
I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay busy. Work your plan. Continue to do those things that you know that work for you after you have evaluated yourself in the situation. Continue to move. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy.
What if I tell you you're working too hard and
Wow, guys. That's all. For anyone who's got depression, please go speak to someone about it. Tell them how you're feeling. Friend, relative, family member, whoever. Because this company is going to depress a lot of people. Send them over the edge. It's just a quickie really, because I'm feeling a bit depressed myself. Because on Sunday night, I see 2 ambulances drive past the window, and I don't normally take notice what's happening. But they stopped to an house diagonal to me, across the road. Thought I was a bit interested. I know someone that lives around that area. Couldn't see any action, so I just carried on doing what I was doing on Sunday night. Neighbours just come round. Do you know young Darren is dead? I said, fucking hell, that's suicide, innit? He said, I'm not saying. I said, I already know, mate. I said, he spoke to me the other week telling me how he feels. So guys, if anyone comes up to you telling them that they're suicidal, take heed and just go round, because I wish I went round his house the other week, because it was a week ago when I bumped into him. Told me how he was feeling and that. And they just left it as that, you know what I mean? Said, come round if you need help. You know where I am. Found out that he's dead. Can only be suicide. He was only a young bloke. Watched him grow up from being a child. His mum and dad had bought an house up diagonal to my mum and dad's house. So I watched him grow up from being a kid. He lost his mum, which he ate. Then he looked after his dad. He died. He got himself a girlfriend. Thought everything's rosy for him. Good on you, Dad. That's what I thought. Nice one. Settling down. Think his girlfriend left him through his drinking. He hit the bottle. Think his girlfriend left him through that. I don't know. Then I find out, well, he spoke to me the other week telling me that he was suicidal, thinking of ending it. You know, you take it light-hearted, don't you, really? Yeah, we all get depressed and that. It fucking shocks the system. Like I say, I'm only a friend. I grew up with him, played football with him in the park and that. Not really close mates, not best friends are out. There's someone who you know. Obviously he came crying for help that day and I didn't even realise, didn't sink in. Too wrapped up in my own little life, probably. But if anyone else needs anybody, go see him, go talk to someone. Because that guy's just committed suicide. I feel guilty. I could have helped him. I could have been round there every single night for him, couldn't I? Yeah, Dad, there's a fucking bit of food there, mate. It's always better to cook for two than just yourself. And then you get a letter through the post. 2 bits of mail just come through the post, guys. One was good news. One was British Gas. That's enough to top anyone over the edge. Estimated bill. Well, I don't pay estimated bills anyway. Either should anybody else. They should get a proper bill. An accurate bill, not an estimated bill. You don't have to pay an estimated bill. A nearly £2,000, £1,983.50. I won't be paying that. And so we've got a contract with them. On the top of the letter, it's got supply address. Because they ain't got a clue who's fucking living here. Although my name's on it, and my address, and then at the top of the letter in the middle, supply address. That's because I told them on the 11th of February this year to don't supply the property. Your company ain't welcome. So that's 2 letters I'm writing today then. I'm going to be busy. Got a letter to write to me insurance because they just bombed me out from when that woman crashed into me. So I've got a letter to write to them because I want my money. It's gone up for the hassle and the waiting. I don't just want the money they estimated. I want more. So guys, that was just a quickie. About depression, because it's going to hit everybody. Depression, that's what this society's wanting, guys. Just rise above it. Don't worry about your debt, there ain't none. Write them a letter to prove you've got a contract with them. Oh, and I bet they can't. They'll come out with some foddle and some shit that they have to supply you. No, you don't. If you're the customer and you don't want them to supply you, then they shouldn't be, should they? So, that's shocking news, that, guys, what I've just had. Neighbour coming round and telling me that. It must have been latest 50-year-old, suffered depression. Yeah, you lose both parents. I lost my dad at 25-year-old. Last time I cried was 1995 when my dad died. I've had shit hit me, fucking left, right and centre. And I'm telling you now, no one will make me cry ever again. It's good to cry, so I hear. But these fucking bills won't make me cry. Losing my house won't make me cry, because I'll be even more corrupt than the corrupt corporations. So guys, if you're feeling low and depressed, get yourself out, go for a walk, go round a friend's house or family members, go and tell them, open your heart, tell them how you're feeling. And if they just take it like I did and went, oh, you'll be alright, tell them again, you need help. You don't need drugs, Prozac and whatever else to describe you, like they did me in 1995. Prozac, most highly addictive drug out, more addictive than fucking heroin. Oh, the doctors know what they want to do to you, don't they? They just prescribe every dearest drug they can to get their benefits, get their profits. You don't need drugs, guys. Exercise and talk to someone. If there's no one to talk to, go to a pub. Buy a cup of coffee. They all sell coffee in pubs. And tell them you've come out because you're fucking depressed and you need to get your shit off your chest. And go blab to the fucking barman or the bar lady. Get it off your chest because you feel a lot better. And then you'll have a little steady stroll home. And if you're still feeling that frame of mind, go somewhere else. If it's being at home that depresses you, go somewhere. There's always someone to help you, guys. I've been there. Depression's hard to get rid of. But now I just think, fuck everybody, fuck everything. And me. You're not getting me down. I'll battle you. If I lose, whoopie do, I've had a go and I feel good for it. Cheers you up. You know? If I'd have bowed down to CCS Collect, they'd have had 80 quid off me for what? If I'd have backed down to the council, they've got Jacobs on me, £1,000 that letter. Fuck off, idiots. For what? I feel really good. Any more correspondence and I'll be billing you £1,000 of plonkers. That's how it is, guys. It's just a little game for these fucking puppets in the parliament. Intellectual fucking idiots, if you ask me. Get rid of every single politician and get a normal person with just a normal education. Problem is solved, the world would be run well better. Right guys, I'm off letter writing. I've got a bit of cleaning up to do on that. Stay safe all, and if you are depressed and you got no one to talk to, text back to me. I'll do what I can for you. Because honestly, if you're suicidal, you're probably not a selfish person, but think of how your friends feel, people that know you. Like I say, he wasn't a great friend. I knew him from years past, from being 7, 8 year old. Lived down the same street. I'd say he's 50-year-old now. I feel depressed for him topping himself. I don't need to know how he died. I've got a very good idea. Always go by my gut feelings. As soon as my neighbour said that was suicide. Don't do it, guys. Your life's worth more than a fucking bottle and a few pills. You can get through anything. If it's money, wow, that's only fictitious shit anyway. I'm sure if you're absolutely skint and starving, you go next door, and I'm sure if you explained your situation, they would feed you. They would help you. If it's bills you're worried about and getting depressed and going to commit suicide over, write them a letter and tell them to prove your contract. You need a signature. Have they got one? No, they haven't. And that's why they're sending me letters. Supply address. Never had that on my British gas mail before. And that's exactly what I'll be getting sent back to them. The supply address has told you not to supply this address from the 11th of February. And if they want to supply my address, it's on my terms and conditions, and it won't be fucking nearly £2,000 a year. I'll be half in it. In fact, my gas is free. So I don't mind paying for the maintenance. And I'll pay half a standing charge. For what? Having a meter in my house? I want fucking rent for the space it's taking. I'm going to play down that line of the road. Because I'm sure they can dig a fucking hole in the pavement, put my meter down there with a cap on it so they can read the meter. Then they don't even come round and read the meters anymore, do they? I'm just playing the game, guys. They're a big corporation that's took the piss out of us for all these years. Now I've got a little bit of knowledge. I'm going to start billing everybody. Get discount. You're not going to get your money, but you'll get discount. Right guys, have a jolly day. Because I'm just going to think about what's happened. Because that is shocking news, man. Shocking fucking news. Oh, rest in peace, Darren. God bless you, my son.